everybody, this is Paula with the Body Project. Today I wanted to go over a little bit about how your emotional wellness actually plays a huge part in your physical well-being, your happiness, your health. There's so many reasons that you need to have a good emotional support system, a good emotional awareness. It just goes on and on. So we really want to be aware of what emotions are actually affecting our lives, driving our lives, causing our headaches, causing our stomach aches. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So there is actual research done that there's certain emotions that are felt in different organs of our body. The one we kind of all are understanding would be heart and love. Like when you feel loved, like you're holding onto your little kitty cat and just feeling loved, or your child, your loved one. It's really important to be aware that that is affecting your heart in a positive way, right? But also there can be emotions that affect our health in not the best way. So it's really important that we understand what's going on within our body. Is it emotional? Is it stress? How do we handle that? It's just such a big thing. The first thing we always handle is the emotions and stress, and then go on from there and figure out like what else could be going on. But if we handle that, I mean, there's a big chance that that person's at least going to feel quite a bit better. And sometimes it takes longer to handle some other long-term things, but it's definitely doable. Nobody's on their own. Like, we can definitely help. I just kind of wanted to go through some of the different organs and the emotions attached to them. And I learned this back in like 25 years ago when I worked at Hippocrates Health Institute. And I was like, this is so interesting, because it actually correlated to people with cancer. We had a lot of cancer patients that came in. So the one that was really interesting was anger. So when somebody feels angry, they store that in their liver. So when that happens and you see that somebody's constantly angry or irritable, those are all emotions of the liver. That's why when you drink alcohol, it actually makes it worse. So it's very important that we understand all of that, how that works, and how to get some support for that. So the next one is worry. So if you're constantly like, I'm just a worrywart, the most important place that you hold worry and anxiety is your stomach. So the stomach is how many times you hear kids, like just a lot of kids feeling like having stomach problems. My stomach hurts. It's actually their emotions. So it's really important that we understand that as well. We have our lungs. So the lungs hold the grief and sadness that we occur in our life. So we can, when you lose a loved one, you just feel it here. You just feel so heavy, weighted down, super sad. So that's where it gets stored. Or if we're super afraid, like, oh my gosh, especially like around COVID, some people have really gotten, really been on, too much media, social media, the news, and they're feeling lots of fear, like afraid, and that is held in our kidneys. So then it's like, oh, I have low back pain. Well, you have low back pain because you're constantly in fear right now. So very good awareness about that. We have our heart. So the heart is really affected if we're not experiencing love, whether that's from ourselves, whether it's from our loved ones, whether it's from our friends. It can really be affected if we're not experiencing love. So really important. It goes on and on and on. So every organ has emotions that are linked to it. And the one thing that we found, we have two different ways that we handle this, or we help support this system. Number one is we have energy healing. Energy healing is where a practitioner can kind of go through and they'll start to feel some of the feelings that you're experiencing, help lift them, at least bring awareness to them so that you go, I'm feeling like you might have some of this worry or some depression or things like that. And then they can clear that energetically with their hands, with the tuning fork, sound therapy, a variety of tools. And then there's also muscle testing. So I do muscle testing, so the body code, and I get a chance to ask the body, like through a muscle test, what emotions are you holding on to? And we can release them. We have a way to release them or bring awareness to them. Sometimes it's just awareness. The person goes, oh my gosh, that is so right on. And they have that sinking, that aha feeling, and then that's it. They can able to release it. Sometimes you just bring it up and you just say one emotion, they start crying, and they can release it. So it's just sometimes a way to help manage those emotional states that we go through, which we all go through. We all need support. Nobody can do it on their own. We really look forward to helping each and every person every day throughout this next year to help them have emotional wellness and to be able to support their stress so that they can live their absolute happiest, most joyful life. If you have any questions, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to answer any of those questions, and we look forward to seeing you all.